man, this is an emergency video because Fantom has just announced support for USDC, one of the biggest stablecoins on Fantom. This is a major update. I just recorded a video, but I've got to bring you another one because this is big news. Fantom up 6% on this news. What does it mean for the ecosystem? What does it mean for the price action? As you know, guys, I'm going to break that down and a lot more. If you appreciate these updates, as and when the data comes out, you've got to smash up the likes. You've got to support this channel. If you want to trade Fantom, you can do so using the links in the description to Bybit, BitGet, Mixi. Those are the exchanges I'm currently using. Check out some amazing bonuses. Links in the description. Now we got to kick off with the announcement, which just came out a little bit after I posted my previous video, which is by the Fantom Foundation. We are excited to announce that Fantom's canonical stablecoin USDCE will launch tomorrow, April the 5th, supported by Circle and Wormhole. We need to cover off exactly what this means. Now we got to remember, guys, this is not native USDC, but it does open up the path towards native USDC adoption on Fantom. I'm going to break down what the difference is and what that means. But in essence, what this allows people to do, like you can see here, is developers build on Bridge USDC with a contract address that will persist, even if there's an upgrade to native USDC. Users store, pay, trade, borrow, and lend with Bridge USDC that would automatically become native should there be an upgrade. No need to swap to the new asset. So this is really important. You can see that the language that the Fantom Foundation is using is that, yes, it's currently USDCE, which I'm going to explain what that is, but you can also then swap it one-to-one with USDC once that natively becomes accepted. Now, we can use the example of Avalanche. Avalanche similarly had the same thing. They had USDCE, and now finally they then have USDC natively on Avalanche. Now, I'm going to explain quickly what is this USDCE. Hold up! Do you want to learn how to trade? Then you need to jump into our Telegram community. Link is in the description. In our Telegram community, I share my altcoins. I share how I do my trade setups, how I do my stop losses and take profit, so you can learn to become a profitable trader. Check it out. Link is in the description. Take a look at this, guys. What's going to happen is you're going to take your $1 on Ethereum. You then mint 1 USDC. This happens on Ethereum blockchain. So your fiat currency was minted using USDC on the Ethereum blockchain. But how do you now get this over into the Fantom ecosystem? Well, what's going to happen is you are going to bridge, and I'm going to come up with and explain to you what the complications are with that. You're going to bridge your USDC into USDC.Ethereum. And this bridge is done via Wormhole bridge, okay? Wormhole is the bridge you're using to bridge across. So the Wormhole bridge holds your USDC and they give you USDCE for you to use on Fantom, okay? This is for you to use on Fantom. So now you can take your USDCE and you can use it on Fantom just like you would use your USDC anywhere else, okay? But it's important to understand, you're not using your fiat currency, you're not using your USDC. So the question now is, if you ever wanted to go back into fiat currency, you can't do it here in Fantom. You can't do it here in Fantom. You need to take your USDC and you need to reverse this transaction. You need to take your USDC, you need to bridge back via the Wormhole bridge, back across. You're going to get your USDC back on Ethereum, and there you can go and get your dollar back, okay? There you can finally get your fiat currency back. So it's important to understand how this bridge mechanism works. Now, the problem we then have, the problem we run into, and again, I'm not here to be a naysayer. You guys know fundamentally I'm only here to kind of give you guys the insights into what I'm seeing here. The risk you have here is this. It's this factor here. This is a bridge. A bridge is one of the biggest attack vectors for a hacker. Okay, so this is an attack vector. Hackers know that bridges, and Wormhole has not had its, is not had its fair shake. It's had its fair shake. It's had enough attacks here at the Wormhole bridge. They are an attack vector, and so because they're holding your USDC, this becomes the target for hackers. Okay, and that's the case with any bridge. Now, that's not specifically here for Fantom. I'm just sharing that with you as a bit of a knowledge, but this is how it's currently going to happen. That is very different to what you hope will happen thereafter, which is you managing to just get a plain, simple USDC on Fantom. But the good news is if you read the Foundation's post, it sounds like, if I'm reading between the lines, it sounds like they're working on this. So what they'll be able to do is once the USDC is natively allowed, they'll allow you to swap 1-for-1, right? 1-to-1 back into the native USDC on Fantom. Okay, so that seems to be what the plan is. But big news here on Fantom. So this is really good news here for Fantom. If you take a look at the post, it says this initiative reduces liquidity fragmentation, introduces stability, and provides additional on-ramps into the ecosystem. Remember what I've been saying time and time again. Fantom needs people using Fantom, and moves like this make it more possible for people to do exactly that. You got to give credit where it's due to the Fantom Foundation. I've been first and foremost very critical of the Fantom Foundation. Whenever I've seen any issues, I've raised it. Whether it's with Simone Pomposi on the podcast, whether it's Michael Kong, I raise it directly. I'm not going to pull any punches. If I feel like there's some improvement to be had, I'm here to speak from the community, right? And so when we see positive, therefore, it's important that we call that out as well. And I think Fantom has done a great job of announcing the Sonic upgrade. You saw that podcast with Michael Kong. Whether people like this notion of it being a shared sequencer / layer 2 or they're a little bit confused or not, the fact is they're innovating on their technology. Then from a VC angle, another announcement of a major VC backer investor joining their round, fantastic. And now from the USDCE point of view, fantastic. You know, from marketing to tech, they're doing a great job. And so credit where credit is due. When the time was to be building through the bear market, you can see the fruits of the Foundation's work. They were putting in work. Andre Cronje, Michael Kong, Bernard Schultz, the rest of the team, they were clearly putting in work. And now you're hoping that they're able to capitalize on that coming towards the Bitcoin halving and the bull market. If we take a look at price action here, you can see a nice bounce here today. But again, just running into its EMA ribbon, just be very careful here. You don't want to get rejected by here and move to the downside. If you haven't watched my video from earlier today breaking down Bitcoin, then please go watch that, because Bitcoin dominance is looking like it might want to go for another leg. So altcoins could struggle here in the short term. That being said, Fantom sub $1 as a DCA, heading into some exciting periods for Fantom with the Sonic launch, the USDC now available natively soon, maybe on Sonic as well. Loads going on the Fantom ecosystem, and they've come back with vengeance here in this bull cycle. If you appreciate this type of content, smash up the likes. Do not forget to subscribe. Make sure you're in our Telegram community actively trading with us, and I'll see you in the next one.